Hey guys, so we went racing at the Riverfront GP and it was a mudder. You're going to see the start here and it's pretty hilarious because I literally look like a clown that's never ridden a dirt bike before. They didn't really let us do any sort of practice, so this is my first time starting on sand and it was absolutely terrible pretty much. So, oh, and by the way, the music that you're hearing, I did not put that in. It was actually playing on the side of the track. So it doesn't look all that bad. You can see I got a little squirrely, but wait till you see the third person view here coming up. Yep, that's me. Barely staying on. It literally felt like I was almost going sideways there for a little bit. Let's do a quick replay on that because that was just too funny. Yep, here we go. Throw my leg out. Throw the other leg out. Wow, that's too funny. So actually, there was 14 guys in my class, and this I was 10th in the start. There's 4 behind me, so 10th in the start, and somehow I managed to catch my way up and ended up getting second. You can see those guys already starting to go down in the mud. Now this place apparently was 12 miles, and we start out in the sand here, but it was sloppy. I mean, I would say maybe I'm wrong, but I would say 9 miles of it, if it was actually 12 miles, I would say 9 miles of it was just pure slop nastiness. And I've never ridden a track that had that much slop. It was probably the worst muddy race I've ever experienced. So we've already made some passes. The sand here is really tough. It doesn't look like I'm struggling too much, but I felt like I was really struggling. I hadn't got used to it yet. My back tires just squirreling everywhere and struggling to get traction. You'll see here on my left side, down this straightaway, there's a guy that passes me. And it's kind of funny because he flies past me pretty fast. I'm like, wow, he must be good in the sand. And maybe he is. But here's third person view. So we're coming down this side. Gonna go around this sweeping corner. The guy that passes me is in the red jersey there. I'm in the black. There he passes me on the straightaway. But anyhow, we around that next corner. Here I am behind him, going into the woods. Everyone struggles in the woods. I mean, it was sloppy. It was very sloppy. But he did make a lot of mistakes. I ended up getting back around him, and he never was able to catch me after that. So it was nice when we could find a little cut through like that, a little grass. Wasn't too many of them. There's another little cut through right there. This stuff right here, I mean, by the end of the race, there was just ruts everywhere. I mean, you just had to go and throttle through it. You couldn't slow down. It just wanted to, it was sandy mud. It was sloppy. It just wanted to, grab your tires and pull you to a stop. It was pretty crazy. So I struggled to stay on my pegs. My legs are short, bobbling side to side. I actually didn't do too bad on the first lap. I didn't go down a single time, but the second and third lap I started really getting worn out just because you had to use so much strength just to balance and stay on your pegs. There I actually just passed that guy. It was actually a really good little pass there on the inside. But yeah, I spent so much energy, it just took it all out of me, and I started making a lot of mistakes towards the end, which I'm sure a lot of people did. It's kind of unbelievable to me that I was able to pull out a second place with all the mistakes that I had, so that just goes to show that everyone else really struggled as well. But here we're coming around. You can see, so I will say this camera angle is down too far. I have a new GoPro mount that I'm trying out, and it's okay when I'm sitting like right now, but when I stand up, it's just like you're looking straight at the ground. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna get that fixed next time. I didn't have a chance to try it out. This is my first time using this mount, and I just didn't have it turned up enough. But Sometimes you'll get glimpses of people in front of me, and it's pretty hilarious because it's hard to tell how much I'm sliding around, but when you see the other guys, you can really see how sloppy it is. So here we get out of the woods, get a little bit break from the slop. It's pretty nice. Didn't seem like it lasted nearly long enough, but the sand was in pretty good shape. That's one good thing the water did do. Makes sand pretty nice to ride in, packs it down, and there's tons of whoops. I guess that's what this place is known for. There's like a million of them. But it wasn't too bad in the sand. That part was a little fun. It was definitely a new experience for me. Like I said, I've never raced in it before. And you just had to like stay on the power. You let off the power, it just swallows you up. So it helped me learn to just stay on the power and do that better. So. So we're back to some sloppy stuff now, and by this time, I really can't see anything. I've done a pretty decent job keeping my camera clear, wiped it several times, but the water just got behind my tear-offs, and I tore them all off. They didn't last long. Now I have no tear-offs, and there's mud, water. You can't wipe them because it'll just make it worse. I literally can't see anything. I'm starting to slow down because of that, and I'm just like, wow, what am I going to do? So here in a little bit, I actually stop and pull off. We parked pretty close to the track. I was able to get a new set of goggles that lasted me for a little bit. It was just the initial part, that being behind some of those people, that I had to use all my tear-offs and covered my goggles so bad. So after I get my new set of goggles, I'm feeling a lot better for a little bit. That's on the second lap. So I'm really starting to slow down here. This stuff is just sticky, nasty, super sloppy. I mean, it just gets so bad. And I'm starting to get tired. You're going to see me have my first fall here, which is just the beginning of me really starting to wear myself out. It's hard to tell in the video, but right before I fell there, my front wheel's like going sideways. I'm literally just pushing slop. I'm still going straight, but my front wheel is like sideways. So that's just how slick it was. So grunting, getting it back up, trying to push forward. At this time, I was thinking about quitting racing with my cousin. I'm like, all right. So every time I pass the truck, I'm like, has he stopped yet? And every time I don't see him, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to keep going. But man, yeah, this was definitely a hard one. This was challenging my mental motivation to keep going. Here I'm just creeping around this corner. I mean, I just feel like I'm going so slow. I just keep telling myself, you know, just keep it up, just keep going, keep charging, keep moving. You know, that's all you really can do in this race. I mean, look, I'm passing a guy right there. He's stopping. That happened all the time. There's people pulled over, resting, taking breaks. There's another guy right there. I mean, by this time, it's starting to take a toll on quite a few people. This section here I just felt like just lasted forever too, like it was just a really bad section. Here I go over again and I'm just struggling to death, you know, grunting, getting it back up, trying to keep pushing. And there I go into the woods a little bit there. I'm like, all right, hey, I'm on solid ground. That feels weird. That felt really nice. Taking my goggles off. I'm like, at this point I'm like, wow, I need to catch my breath. I gotta breathe. My heart's racing. Gotta get a drink of water. Thankfully I had my water pack on me. And just taking my time here for a second, trying to recollaborate and enjoy my time while I have 2 seconds of riding on solid ground in those woods before I have to get back on the slop. I hear somebody coming up behind me. Not quite yet. About to pull out. I hear somebody coming up, so wait for him. He passes me. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's following me. Alright, let's go. So here we go again. I just try to keep pushing forward. So this next crash is actually pretty funny. I just literally go flying off my bike and boom, there it goes. So right when this happens, if you can barely see out there in the field, there's a side-by-side driving by and they stop and look at me and I give them the 2 thumbs up showing them that I'm okay. And man, I am just grunting and struggling. I am so tired. I was actually in kind of a pretty good groove trying to push it, trying to go a little faster because it just seemed like the slower you went in this stuff, the harder it was. And it was almost better to just go a little bit faster and crash more often because if you could keep it up going faster, it definitely felt easier than going slow because it just wanted to pull you down and swallow you the slower you went. And there I go down again. Just struggling. Man, it was taking a toll on my body. I'm grunting. It's wearing me out. I've gone down a few times now. My heart's racing. I am just like, keep pushing. Just keep telling myself that. So now I'm stuck in this rut. Well, not really stuck, but I'm stuck behind this guy waiting for him to get out. He's cross-rutted. He guns it, gets his back wheel out. Now I gun it. coming up here, there's like a big little rut right there you gotta pop up onto. I'm just like super tired there. I just cross-roaded it there, about to fall over, catch myself. My feet are slipping out from underneath me. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I pull my front wheel over, and I'm like, yep, I've got to take a break. I've just fallen down several times in a row now. I'm like, time to sit here for a second. My heart's racing. Got to catch my breath, take my goggles off. I couldn't see anything. They're already covered again by this point.
Oh my gosh.
And let me tell you, when your vision goes, it is so hard to race. You just can't see anything.
Keep going.
But take my time here, get a sip of water. My bike's just smoking from the radiator fluid over boiling, and I'm just like, whew, never been this tired in a race. So after everything that's already happened, I come around this next corner and I get stuck in this monster rut. It just lifts my back wheel up and I literally can't go anywhere. You're about to see that happen. Coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. I'm literally like, oh no. What am I gonna do?
Oh no.
I'm getting zero traction. I tried to rev it up, do little wheelies to get some traction. There's literally no traction. I get off, take my goggles off. I'm like, well, gosh dang, I can't see anyways. Put those backwards. Try to assess the situation here, looking around. Like, what am I going to do?
I can't do it.
At this point, I'm thinking I might actually be stuck here forever. I might not get to finish the race now. I'm stepping back like, yep, what am I gonna do now? This is where those things called tugger straps come in handy. Oh, and by the way, that was Noah Clark behind me. That's pretty cool. Love you, Noah Clark. Watch all your videos. So I'm trying to get out of his way, but I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work. He yells, asks me for a little help. So I run over there. He tells me he's in second place. Reach down, pull his front tire out, help him get on his way. Noah actually started out on his 125 he just bought, and it blew up in the second turn. So that is his friend's bike, I believe, that he borrowed. Now back to reassessing my situation. Still not looking so good. Yeah, I got my bike completely vertical, revving it, and just trying to get some traction on that back wheel, and it's not budging. I cannot get that back in to move. I can't pull it out. I can't get it to do anything I want it to do. Now there's another guy stuck behind me, and I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to die in this rut. This rut is going to take my life.
I got it, thanks, though.
Yep, and you're going to see me try really fast to do a bunch of stuff here, but still to no avail. I am stuck, and this guy finally gets out. I'm like, maybe he's an angel sent from heaven and he will help me. I'm like, he just stuck his kickstand down and his bike actually held up. That was actually miraculous to me. So obviously he has to help, and I'm like, thank you. Alright.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
We use our strength,
Thank you so much.
and oh my gosh, that guy was sent from heaven. That was amazing. Didn't look like anything, but all it took was a little extra muscle, and we finally got it out. So I'm already off. Probably shouldn't be. Need to take another break. But I come up here to this next corner and almost fall into another hole. I'm just too tired. I shouldn't even be driving right now. Yep, there it is, the hole to the left. I'm aiming right towards it. And at this point I'm just like, alright, I'm going to start making a lot of mistakes if I don't just take a second here to breathe. I'm just like, alright, I gotta stop. At this point I felt like my heart was gonna beat out of my chest. I'm just grunting. I'm like, I can't even hardly breathe. I'm pretty sure if I was a fat boy, I'd be having a heart attack right now. So fast forward through all this, take a little bit of a break, get a drink of water, clear off the camera, and I'll be on my way. So there's not much left to see in this race. I'm going slow, I'm tired, back into some sand section here, out of some of the slop. Right now I just gotta make it to the finish point. Alright, well, we're coming up towards the end of the last bit of the footage I have. I wasn't able to have enough battery to record me finishing at the end, but I did finish. And this is just the last little bit we got here, going through just a little bit more sloppy stuff. And got a nice little picture here at the end just to kind of show you what the bike looked like. And after we got home, it dried and sand and mud basically make concrete.